lo and behold, I got a little sunshine, and look what I found. Check this out. Let's peek down a couple of these. The flowers are blooming. So beautiful here. So I was here in the winter time, and right behind that beautiful statue, it's a split street, there's a park, and they were all selling flowers because it was something like Valentine's Day. It wasn't Valentine's Day, but a different version of it. But a gentleman just told me this building was built, he said 1980. I don't know if he meant 1880. Maybe not, because he said it was, anyway, he said he was doing restoration on it. Maybe that's when the restoration happened. Pretty amazing building though. Let me come over here and get some photos of it. But yeah, I've just happened to luck out and get a little bit of sunshine today. It's been cold, wet, and rainy my whole time. Just a really pretty building. This whole area is full of pretty buildings, but it's one of those moments where I've got a list of things to do. Finally got a little bit of sunshine. I've been to this is my third trip to this city, if I haven't told you already. This is Targu Mures. Not quite sure, but I just love this city. Every local I've talked to, younger people, they're not real hot on it because there's not a lot to do. And the gentleman was just telling me the tax rate here, and it's just really insane. It's one of the highest taxes in income taxes in Europe, he was telling me. It's amazing when you find find somebody driving Uber or Bolt, and they say they don't speak a lot of English, and it turns out they speak a ton of English. But you can see that statue. Oh, I remember now. I don't want to cross and go out there. I'm going to cross and get close to it, but then I'm stuck. I'm going to head up the street instead. But yeah, I love statues, and it's a pretty grand one. So, but you can see, like somebody was talking about sidewalks and how clean they are. They go to definite extremes to keep this place clean. On the way here, we passed a crew of like 6 people with brooms out sweeping the sidewalks, dustpans, the whole 9 yards. So I'm gonna walk up to the end there. I've been here before, but I'm gonna walk up to the end, get some photos of those big buildings, and then go about my day. Okay, whenever a local's jaywalking, I'll tend to follow them, but you can see these are just starting. I'm gonna come get a picture of this statue, and then I'll go back up to the other end. But check out this tree. I'll bet it was beautiful a week ago. Still a pretty tree, but starting to get the green, fading out those blossoms. This is another one of these, the big flowers. They got hammered by the snow. Yeah, you can see the cool little stem down there. You can see they just got hammered by the snow. It was literally snowing here 2 days ago. Actually, it was snowing last night too, just big chunks coming down, but didn't stick or anything. It wasn't real heavy. And shooting into the sun here, so we're not going to get the best picture, but he's got a nice big scepter. That's his name. 1580 to 1629. And look at this scene. Is this not beautiful? Yeah, we can just miss the blooms on these trees too. A few left on this tree here. These were larger white ones. But look at this. Oh, look at the purple. Sorry, I don't know why, but ever since I started traveling, I started geeking out on flowers. There's that beautiful, I think that's a pansy. These yellow guys. I'm always worried a bee is going to come buzzing out of one of these and tag me. Yeah, there's some more purple pansies. I think they're pansies, I don't know. Little purple flowers down there grabbing the sunshine. Flying the national colors up there. Wow, look at this. Oh, I didn't even pick up on it. Red, yellow, purple. Well, it's not quite the national colors. Oh, that's cute. They've got the big purple flowers and then purple and yellow pansies. I think they're pansies. I keep saying that. I don't know if that's right. They're pretty. That's all that matters. These guys just hammered by that cold weather, but I hope the camera really gets some of the color of these. They're just pretty. Oh, there's a big bee. Look at that. Where'd he go? Hopefully he's not stinging me in the butt. Yeah, no idea what this is. Some sort of expo maybe? Trying to leave that dove alone, or pigeon alone. Man, what a beautiful day this turned out to be, and just dumb luck. I didn't expect it to clear at all till tomorrow. I was just checking out my schedule for tomorrow. And happened to realize the sun was out and immediately jumped a cab down here. Now the question is, do I go explore this way or do I go that way and go up to the old fortress? So I think there's like some old town that way to go explore. Not sure. This is a monstrous statue. '24 or 1824 to 1872. Crazy statue. You got buildings just gorgeous in the sunshine. Twin towers over there. There's so much to see in places like this. I left all my notes. There's a little walkway here. Just watch your step, as anywhere. But I took a bunch of notes on things to go see. The staff at the hotel's spectacular about giving good advice. I didn't bring him because I didn't think I was going anywhere other than this little tiny bus station. But I do want to get my hair cut badly. That's a really beautiful building. Really beautiful building. The more you walk, the more it gets exposed. Kind of sad my little excursion, my little side trip is coming to an end. Spent a lot of time just traveling, A to B, seeing the countryside. And unfortunately, like I said, the weather hasn't been cooperating at all, but it is beautiful at the moment. And I've gotten to see, or been able to see, a lot of country and terrain I've been curious about. So definitely found places I want to go back and spend more time. And I thought this was a walk through the garden. I'm not sure it is. I'm gonna keep going. Not sure. Nope. There's no outs here. Yeah, that's all blocked off. Okay, backtrack. When I started in, it looked like a walk through the garden type thing. But it's just a door. Yeah, this is one of those cities. There's a bunch of them in Romania. If you have the time to just go check something beautiful out, whether it's Targu Mures, Cluj, even Sighișoara, or Sighișoara, of course, I should say. There's just so many little places to go explore. And I'm not gonna jaywalk here, so I gotta go back over and out. That's the one dig I would say on this place, is the sidewalks are kind of interesting the way they're set up, but like here, there's really no direct route to this entrance. So definitely watch your step on these. Maybe that goes up to the corner there. Insta Point. Oh, look at this view. Oh, that's a beautiful sight right there. Okay, I'm going to cut this off a bit, and if I find something noteworthy, I'll key back in. But oh, look at the statues up on top of that building there, through the trees. But yeah, Targu Mures, I think. I don't know. Definitely a beautiful. Well, they aren't statues; they're just kind of posts. Definitely a great place to explore, but you can see my sidewalks come to an end. There's no place for me to go. I gotta go back down to that light, cross, and come back up over here. Yep, I'll see you in a while. So there's the main walkway. At first I thought this yellow was part of a church. It's just a detached I don't know if you still call it a steeple or a tower, or I'm not sure, but got some artwork here. It's backlit, unfortunately, so I'll try and get it from the side a little. Kind of interesting little works of art here. There's works of art everywhere around here, but it's nice to grab a few. It looks like a harp, maybe. It's all look musician oriented, whatever. Galleria Luxor. That's a Luxor Junior and the Continental Hotel. So it's pretty quiet for a Saturday, I think. I don't know if there's anything going on, but for Saturday afternoon, this seems very, very quiet. And I double checked, it is Saturday and not Sunday. Made that mistake a few times. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head up to the fortress from here. Oh wow. What do we have here? Look at this. Well, that is just waiting for springtime, isn't that? A little bar, some elevated seating there. Oh, that is pretty cool. Pretty cool little patio. Yeah, I think I'm gonna walk up the hill, see how my knees are doing today. So I saw this sewing machine here, and those are lights wrapped around it, but it just looked really pretty. And then I saw the eggs, the whole Easter thing. But check out these bunnies. That's a rock for the nose, and it's wire frame with some sort of plant material, burlap. It's just really, really pretty. Pretty amazing craft work. Really amazing craft work. That's not coming out of a factory in China. That's somebody sitting at their kitchen table or in the workshop or something, but that's just really spectacular artwork. And the closer you look, the more impressive it gets. It's this little shop here, right across from, that's the Continental. And there's just so many of these little shops like that. You know, you could spend hours just kind of geeking out, or you know, rabbit holing, obsessing, whatever you want to say, about all these little shops. Just so much to look at. So much to look at and see. We're right back at the big building. Yeah, I took a little detour. I didn't go straight up to the fortress. Just kind of poking around, went downhill a little bit. Headed back uphill now. Yeah, you can see it's definitely bad weather moving back in. Over this way, we've still got a little bit of blue sky. But I got some of my shopping done. I was looking for a little accessory bag. Got that taken care of, so I just need to get this mop cut, and everything else I can just put off till a later day. But the two criticals, get this mop cut, and I need a little accessory bag. Been doing too much shopping on my travels, so but definitely gonna enjoy the sun while I've got it. So the last time I came through here, it was cold, it was getting dark, and I was super rushed. Show you some flowers while these people go by me. Look at them now, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. The flowers are just spectacular. So that's the bottom edge of the fortress. You can go up here and turn right through this famous gate. This guy looks pretty important, doesn't he? 1864, 1938. But yeah, just so many beautiful flowers. Beautiful city. And see, there's so many places to like poke around and explore. Just so much to see here. Not sure. You see the clouds are gaining on me, starting to fill in front of me. So I kind of have the inclination to bounce out of here, but I think I will walk up to the oh, it's cool, they cut grooves in these bricks to get more traction. I think I will walk up here to the gate. And see, that's my problem, is I spend all day out walking around, exploring, doing things. I never get around to editing videos because there's always something beautiful to see, food to taste. And I really got to hand it to those YouTubers who can just crank out the videos, or live in such a boring place they can, you know, just do video after video of the same thing and just crush the internet or the YouTube algorithm. But when you're out here like this every day, it's really hard to sit down and edit for an hour or two every night. Oh, stairs, uphill, same thing. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, see, I definitely need to be doing more stairs. Pretty cool. I don't know if the gate's open. Oh, the gate's open. Yeah, this is a cool fortress. Such a cool fortress. 8 to 9. Look at that. Such a cool fortress. So cool. Oh, I see a bunch of tent tops over here. This place is amazing. Little road map for those of you that care. Man. There we go, there's that gate. And look, this goes down. There's some sort of stage on the other side of this. There's lighting set up. Watch your step here, but that is good for you to translate right there. 3 rooms, rooms furnace for burning bricks, for brick burning. That makes no sense to me. 3 rooms furnace for brick burning. Yeah, I don't know about that translation. Maybe brick making? 3 rooms furnace. You can see the fortress set up there, the holes in the wall. That is like straight out of the movies. I'm gonna go up here in the center. Yeah, I hear music over here now. You can see the little tent tops. So I'll poke out over there. Maybe I'll grab a snack. Snacky snack. And then I do need to get my hair cut. That's a non-negotiable today. And I want to go see that statue over there, so we're gonna go this way. Sun is gone, but look at those contrasts in the cloud up there. It's just so brilliant. I love walking cobblestones like this. It's just cool. Flowers are coming up everywhere, and it's a beautiful season to be in. That's one important dude. Yeah, it's just a beautiful season. The flowers. Yeah, look at that view right there. How cool is that? Let me frame it. How's that framing? Is that like the right framing? This tells you all about him. I'm sure you can search him on the internet too. 1407 to 1411. Wait, that's crazy. (1407 to 1456), 1407 to 1456. Yeah, that's interesting. That'd be one to translate. Oh, that looks like a snack shack, doesn't it? Snack shack on wheels. Got more fortress wall over there. Another signpost. I'm going this way. Oh, I thought this was a snack shack. It's a little choo-choo. It's a little choo-choo. So you can ride the choo-choo around. That's pretty cool. Little choo-choo train to ride. Yeah, there's a gate over here. Last time I was here, I came in that gate. Basically walked the reverse of what I just did. I'm trying to remember when that was. I could check my hotel registry. I think it was a month or two ago. But it's definitely a lot warmer now. And weather's still not great. Weather's closing over. Oh, look at this. Wow. Not to just walk right by this. Oh, I didn't even pick up. That's an old well. That looks original too. Some more artwork out there by the tree. Oh, I'm getting close. I can smell the sweets. It's firing up that nose. Really crazy. Really, really crazy. So that's the wall. That's the data sheet, but it's kind of cool. You walk out and there's these stairs straight down. I don't know if it's an actual moat dish or if it's just a drainage or what, but kind of cool. On that side it's been filled in. Crepes International. So 30 lei, 15 lei. Blueberries are 30. Look at that. Oh, it looks yummy. That's where everybody's been hiding. It goes down quite a ways. I'm gonna go find something to snack on. Then go find a place to get my hair cut. Yeah, so this is pretty amazing. My battery's dying, but check this out. The place is full of, there's beer booths, chips booths, all kinds of things. Pastries, leather goods. It's just amazing here, but this is the cutest thing in the world to me. They have these in the mall too for your kids to take photos with. So these are the biggest chimney cakes I've seen. It's pretty cool. You can see back there he's got a bunch of dips to put on them. And I told myself I wasn't going to get another one, but he's got a cinnamon one over there. I'm pretty sure it's got my name on it. With the heat coming off there, I better back my camera up. But you can see the different flavors. So check out this coffee truck. Look at this truck though. It's a truck that really looks like it still drives. What a cool little truck. Coffee espresso 12 late run. That's pretty good. I love the truck though. I'm just telling you. I love the truck. They're on Facebook and Insta. I don't see their name. You speak, huh? Mr.
Coffee, Mr. Pope.
Mr. Pope?
Yeah.
Okay, I see you're on Facebook and Insta. Okay, I'll find you. Thank you. I love the truck. Oh, there it is, Mr. Pope on Facebook and Insta. Another cute truck, look at that. I love these trucks. Do you know how old the truck is?
Citroën.
Huh?
Citroën.
Citroën, 50, 100, 40?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pope. I love that truck though. Wouldn't that be such the cool camper truck? Like so obscure and random. That'd just be the coolest camper truck. You can see I've got my chimney here. So looking for a place to set my camera so I can show you how these come out. How does that look? Yeah. So you can see it just rolls right off. This piece broke, but you can see it just spirals right off. You can munch it. In some places they make these in cones. They fill them with all kinds of stuff. These are by far the biggest. I've kind of smashed it out of round, but it's still hot and steaming. But these are by far the biggest I've seen. And they're just addicting, just super, super addicting. And I love the cinnamon ones. But one thing I'll say is if you're at a fair or something, make sure the inside is cooked, because a lot of them I was getting in Budapest. When I was in Budapest 2 years ago, I was so addicted to these. But the insides get raw if they're cooking them too fast, so just kind of double check. But they're real popular. Somebody in Budapest was complaining that, anyway, there was this back and forth about where they were created. I think Transylvania is the right way to say where they're created, but if I were to deduce all the summarize all the rivalry I've heard from people, from vendors. But anyway, I'm gonna put the camera away, finish snacking on this, and go get my haircut. Okay, well that's the, you can't really see it, but behind the smashed burgers, that's where it goes down. Excuse me. Found this guy, 1781 to 1784 to 1812. Another very impressive looking man. If you come over here, there's a wonderful building, but it is indeed starting to rain. Pretty fabulous. That's the corner of the fortress. But just kind of a reminder, whenever the choice presents itself, sit in the hotel room or go out and explore, definitely choose go out and explore, because when are you going to be back there again, wherever you're at, and what else are you going to do? Sit around and scroll on your device? Yeah, I can't imagine, spending time scrolling compared to out exploring a city like this. It's just wonderful. I tend to look forward a lot, so I see in another month these trees are going to be full, those lights will be on, this place will be just as packed full of people, probably more. Just be a wonderful environment. So, and then next winter, you'll have snow here and it'll be great again. So, and in the mid-season, it's got its perks too. So there's always a reason to go out and explore. But the raindrops are getting a little heavy, so I need to get me Bolt coming soon. Okay, well today turned out to be pretty great. Had low expectations and it ended up pretty fabulous. I'm behind Kaufman here, the hotel's second building down, but I want to kind of grab that grain tower. It's pretty massive, just massive. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a grain tower so massive. And it's deep too. It's not just like single facing. Those are, I think they're square or close to square, those 4 chambers or whatever you want to call them, but it's just a giant grain tower. And there's all kinds of old trains out there I'd love to go explore, but I'll show you another view of this from halfway up the hotel. Unfortunately, my room faces the shopping center, and I've got a balcony I can't go out on for, I guess, I don't know, it's not structural safety issues, it's just safety issues. So, kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. I didn't expect to have a balcony, didn't expect to have a big room, so, you know, gonna cry over what? Nothing, right? But yeah, it's been a pretty great day. I turned the camera on to lament I didn't get my hair cut. Sometimes shit just doesn't happen. I forgot because I'm having such a good day. Forgot the little shit, but yeah. So there's a little different perspective. You can see just how massive those are. And over here, you see there's some trains under the cover there. There's some engines out there, tankers. And that goes deep too. I think, I don't know what's going on over there, but then there's some old trains there. And then the actual train station's down that way, the other side of that red building. The tall building on the right, first tall building on the right of the red building, that's about the train station. Unfortunately, can't just walk straight down here. There is a walkway there, but it kind of dies and there's no way through this fence. But maybe in the future, I bet there is. I don't know what this factory is. I should ask. Definitely looks like a factory. Yeah, I see something shaking on the middle set of windows in the middle of the building, dead center middle. There's some big stuff up there shaking hard. So I'm curious what that is. But yeah, that grain silo is just giant. It's funny too, because it kind of looks like a ship, right, with that building on top. Anyway. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that church way out there. Is a big church. I don't think that's part of the castle. It may be, or the fortress. I think the fortress. I don't know. Hard saying, not knowing. But yeah, it's just a beautiful city. Beautiful city. And as I said before, that's the standard here in Romania. It's not the exception to find a beautiful little city or a beautiful medium city, beautiful big city. My experience has been, it's pretty standard. That market tonight was just so fun to watch all the kids. And so many neat things I saw there I didn't mention. They had this bee pollen. Now, I don't know what bee pollen costs in the States, but you know, the price on the fresh honey was just really cheap. Like big jar of honey for, you know, $3 or $4, and this is fresh honey. Honeycomb was kind of pricey, but they had these tubs of bee pollen, and it was 10 lei, so $2.50, $3 for these big tubs of bee pollen. I don't know how to describe the size, but decent sized tub of bee pollen for, you know, $3. And I don't know what it costs in the States, but it looked like a super cheap deal to me. There was a bunch of other things that I hadn't seen before. They had these pickled, they looked like jalapenos in size, maybe a little bit bigger, but they were all different colors, red, green, and orange. And they kind of did like the circle jar, but they were pickled like you would pickle pickles, you know, all standing up in a jar. They had all kinds of stuff like that. The one that kind of confused me is they had a bunch of shelled walnuts, like whole half shelled walnuts, in a jar with a liquid that was fairly clear. I didn't see any seasoning in it, so I don't know why you would store walnuts in a jar like that with liquid. I don't know what that is. Kind of curious. I didn't want to run around and shove my camera in everybody's face there, or, you know, shove my camera in everybody's booth. You know, got yelled at yesterday for filming some rotisserie chicken, so I didn't want to But I did film a little bit. I had a cookie. I had half a chimney, or about a quarter of that chimney. I take the rest on the bus with me tomorrow, I think. We'll see. But yeah, it's just been a great day. Great day. I don't know how else to say it. If you get a chance to go outside, go outside. What's going to happen? You never know.